More boom. That's right. If you haven't had enough of the purple potion throwing mayhem, I'm throwing another one at you. Yeah, that was really cheesy, I know. But I'm just having a lot of fun with throwing these purple potions. With this template, I actually leveled my alchemy codex from 0 to 20 in just one day. So with that, guys, sit back, grab yourself a beer, and let's get into the madness. Alright, starting off with the template, Chivalry at 120. Now, Chivalry is such an amazing skill for Dexers. I like to call it the Dexer's Toolkit. It gives them the ability to mitigate damage with Dispel Evil, increase damage with Enemy of One, you can heal yourselves, others, or even resurrect another player with Noble Sacrifice, increase swing speed with Divine Fury, as well as a free rune book using Sacred Journey. Now, at 120 Chivalry, then you are actually getting 18% more swing speed. That's a lot of swing speed. Tactics at 100. More tactics equals more damage. Next up is Focus at 100. This giving us more accuracy, more swing speed cap, and best of all, giving us 15% more swing speed. Then we have Alchemy at 80. That's better heal potions, longer duration buff potions, and access to the Alchemy Codex. This also allows us to sticky purple potion monsters without casting telekinesis. Then we have Anatomy at 80. That's more raw damage, more chance for those juicy finishers, less finger slippage during bandages, and less damage during bleed and disease ticks. This plus our next skill gives us access to the Healing Codex. Overall, it's an amazing skill to have. The Healing at 80. As previously mentioned, 80 gives us access to the Healing Codex. Archery at 80. Now, with Focus giving us accuracy, 80 is all that's really needed as you level your aspect. Otherwise, you may need to reduce the next skill to 60 in order to keep 100 archery if you are low aspect and have low accuracy. Lastly, Taste ID at 80. Taste ID gives us a nice chance to ignore damage from poisons, bleeds, and disease ticks. But most importantly, it increases the swing speed we get from food, which, as you know in the world of dexing, swing speed is king. For 80, food gives us 13% more swing speed. Now, originally I had Arms Lore here. I can definitely feel the raw damage decrease without the disarms and less weapon abilities. But the overall damage increase from swing speed is probably better, as well as the defensive bonus originally mentioned. Next we have the Healing Codex. As stated, having 80 healing and 80 anatomy gives us the Healing Codex. Let's start off with Combat Medic for 6 points. Bandaged patients receive 9% damage resistance over the next 15 seconds. Overheal for 1 point. 10% of bandage amounts are applied to the patient over the next 3 seconds. Pressure points for 6 points. This increases our melee damage. Yes, melee damage does in fact count for archery too, by 21%. Wow, whoa, wee, wow.
Whoa, very nice.
Triage for 1 point. During bandaging, patients receive 3% damage resistance, and it's doubled if we are below 33%. Self-treatment for 6 points. This reduces the time to bandage yourself by 3 seconds. Let's talk about the Archery Codex. In the video, you're seeing Arcane, but there's a strong case to be made for maiming for more hinders. For the finisher, I bounced back and forth. Pincushion if it was only one monster that was pulled, and Ricochet if it was 2 or more. The ability Repeater is like a miniature pincushion and amazingly powerful, which is why I kind of did a lot with Arms Lore for a while. I still think there's a decent case to be made for Arms Lore on this template, but it is hated by so many people these days. Next up we have the Alchemy Codex. Bandolier for 6 points. This reduces the cooldown of potions by 3 seconds. That gives you the ability to throw a purple potion every 12 seconds. Elixir for 1 point. Increases healing done by heal potions by 10% over the next 3 seconds. Mixed results for 6 points. This one is super cool. Duration of strength, agility, and magic resist potions increased by 300%. Also, for each one of these potions active, we gain 1.5% damage resistance. Refinement for 1 point. This gives us a 10% chance not to consume potions when they're used. Volatile for 6 points. I mean, this one really should be a surprise. It's called Volatile Madness Archer, yeah? Increase purple potion damage by 30% and also a 30% chance to increase their range by 1 tile. I'm seeing purple potions hitting for 800 to even sometimes 1,000. Beautiful. As far as the aspect goes, Madness Armor and Madness Weapon. Madness Armor increases any and all damage we personally do, so it really meshes well with Volatile. We aren't really using a lot of damage increasing links in the video, but like with all things, as you gain in links, your damage gets insane. Right now, Madness is tremendous amounts of damage, and rightfully so, considering there's a chance to lose 10 hit points each time you deal damage, which can make even easy monsters be a challenge if the RNG gods are against you. For the weapon, ease of leveling, I went with Madness. It also has the highest damaging proc, but once again, you will take damage when it procs. Feel free to switch this out for whatever aspect suits your needs, whether it be for leveling or just whatever. This video is shown in tier 10 Madness as previously shown. Onward to the Mastery Chain, the links shown here are what the video is filmed with, but again, without mentioning Slayers as an obvious choice. Melee damage / ignore armor chance is a great link choice. Archery's main drawback is its lack of damage versus armored targets. This will help tremendously. Melee swing speed. Arguably, this should be the first 10 links you get, as we want to get to as close to 65% swing speed as we can. This link is also something that you can use on multiple templates. Melee special chance and special damage. We really can't complain about more hinders, can we? Melee aspect effect chance. Everyone likes a good weapon aspect proc, and once again, this works well with other templates and echoes as well. Now, this template has been lots and lots of fun, and I'm not really much for being a Dexer. I think throwing the purple potions gives it much more flavor and interaction, as well as kiting the monsters to avoid most physical damage. It's fun once you get your swing speed percentage down and you know just how many steps to take before you need to stop and fire. The more you play this, the more you master it. As with every template, there's tons of different ways to play it. I'm sure you guys have a different way that you're playing your Madness Archer, and I invite you to post it in the comments below. A lot of people would probably take parry in there somewhere, and personally, I just didn't find the need for it considering I was kiting. With that being said though, you do still take some of the hits if you're not completely out of range of the monster. Not only that, Mirror in the Parry Codex is tremendously helpful when you're fighting a monster that's casting spells that obviously kiting's just not going to do any good for. One of the beauties of this game is the way that we can all change our templates to coincide with whatever it is that we're doing in the game itself. Other than that, guys, shout out to the Patreons, the channel members, and you for liking this video, as it helps for discoverability for myself, but more importantly, UO Outlands and my fellow streamers. Make sure you guys come by the live streams most evenings at 8:30 p.m. Eastern right here on YouTube, as well as Twitch, Kick, Twitter, and Facebook. That's right, 5 different platforms for you to choose from. I'll see you guys next week. Pwn Star Gaming out.